a trip to the Goodwill Bins where I spent, I don't know if you could see that, $3.08, going to turn into over $100 day. Join me and see what treasures I found in those great blue bins. At the bins, getting ready to rumble through those blue bins of treasures. There's so many bins here, each person could probably have their own bin. Right off the bat, I spot something, and we have a vintage Santa toy. He had, I think, maybe 1 or 2 holes, but not so bad. There were so many DVDs and VHS tapes on this day. I don't know what happened, but a lot of the bins were filled with them and filled with newer things. I have my own thought process on how I look at the bins, so I kind of survey the top layer and see if it's worth me digging in. Again, this one, if you wanted VHS tapes, you would have been in heaven this day at the bin. So we're digging, and we found some cassette tapes. Tina Turner. Cassette tapes are hit or miss. You know, they have to be a certain genre for them to be sellers, unless, of course, you're buying for yourself. My car does not have a cassette tape player, or else I'm sure I probably would have picked up a few here and there. Tumblr, a lot of newer things. New Christmas decor, nothing really vintage, but kept digging anyway to see what we could find. Then I spot another case, cassette tape case holder, and I'm hoping perhaps there's some 80s, hairband, rock and roll, heavy metal, because those are in right now, but we have Anne Murray. So, and we have the special songs of the 70s. Land Before Time tape, digging, and I spot this guy. This brings back some memories. This is a Littlest Pet Shop, and this is a vintage one. Right next to it, we have this nice little purse. I see Dirty Dancing in the back. Great movie. I have it on DVD. Don't need it on VHS. There's so much stuff, and I try and move things somewhat gently so as not to break them. That was plastic. Too bad it was an old metal one. This was a bag. It was marked Angels 2018. I opened it up, but they were newer. And then if you can see at the bottom, some of you are probably screaming right now, get that, get that, get that. Not that thing, but this, the Betty Crocker Cookbook. More on that later. They had 2 sections this time of housewares. I spotted this. I liked the look of it. It is a Swarovski Sportsman mug, milk glass. I also liked this. It was Reading School Safety. It looked older, but I don't think it was. So I took the Sportsman mug with me. Here's the other section. This has a lot more. You have your mug, your housewares. I believe the housewares were 69 cents a pound. I know it was under 70 cents a pound. Sue, if your name was Sue, there was a mug for you. Lots of dishes. I don't know if this would be the smartest way to buy dishes for your home, because it could cost a lot unless it was a nice set. Vintage nativity, they just don't sell for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if no one is interested in them anymore, if they're not the thing to have, but I passed on them. Ceramic Mrs. Claus, homemade. I always just kind of do a quick check on all the shelves as I walk by, see what catches my eye. More little tchotchkes. And then I spot this little corner, which, whoop, there is one of those classic Easter springtime chicks. That went right into my bag. That was a salt and pepper shaker. They didn't have its mate, so I left that there. The little lambs, I already have a set of these for myself. Check those out. Nothing special. Come back, get the other little lamb. I'm now asking myself why I did not take those Thanksgiving salt and pepper shakers, or check out that other bunny in the front, but what my brain does during these things, sometimes I'm not even sure. That guy had a broken foot, so he was there. A successful trip to the Goodwill Bins. I spent $3.08, and I should be able to make at least $100. Again, if we were talking monetary terms, laid it out there, being able to save vintage items from the bins is priceless though. I thought I would go over the 3 items that will net me that $100. The one was a great find. If it would have been a first edition, it would have been a $100 item by itself, and that is this. I'm sure many of you saw it in the video, Betty Crocker's Cookbook. This is often referred to as the pie cover because, you know, it is a pie. Betty Crocker, classic. This cookbook is sought after by many people to add to their collection, to, you know, get back a memory from their childhood. If their grandmother, aunt used this and they remember them bringing it out when they were baking and cooking, filled with great recipes. And this was kind of set in the front of the bin, and I'm looking everywhere else, and then finally I see this. It does have some wear on the back. As you can see, the spine is a little bit damaged, but this was 50 cents. Now this is the 1973 edition, the 19th printing, but this can still bring in $50 online. It's a great find. Ooh, I could eat that right now. Of course, I opened to the dessert section, my favorite. Cheesecakes, company cheesecake. Oh man, I might want to try some of these. Ooh, shortcakes. Cherry cobbler. Oh, that sounds good. So yes, this was one of the last things that I actually found. I had been in the bins, not physically in them. I'd been there for maybe about 45 minutes to an hour before I stumbled upon this. So again, you never know what you're going to find, and that's why you have to keep digging. Even if you see someone going through one bin and you think, well, they looked through that all, they could be looking for something completely different than what you are. So always make sure that you don't get discouraged and you keep looking, because you might find something really cool. Found that. I also found this mug. They had 2 sections of the knickknacks, tchotchkes, and glassware. So this is, like Fire King. It's Cerro Scotti Sportsman, the classic vintage trailers. I think these were 69 cents a pound. So, maybe it was 69. It doesn't even weigh a pound. So these are vintage trailers, and there's a big following of people that restore the trailers. They go, cross country. And I was surprised when I looked this mug up. This mug can sell for $40. If you can picture someone, they have the trailer and they want to decorate it and have the vintage style. And what better way to do that than have a mug to have your morning coffee or tea with your trailer on it. There is another version online that has a nice green. That was not there, but this one was a great find. In good shape. Don't feel any cracks, so another good find. And then a blast from the past for me. I don't know if I caught this on video. The Littlest Pet Shop. This is the vintage, Littlest Pet Shop, 1992 by Kenner. They have revived the Littlest Pet Shop. I'm sure you've seen them. They have, that trend where everything has the big eyes and the big head, like those stuffed animals. Not a fan. But this is a little iguana or lizard. He does have, he's in there. And then he does have his water bottle, but he usually comes with a food bowl too. And that's not in there. But these little guys, these little pets, can bring in some big money. Again, people, they might be buying back their childhood. They might want their sons or daughters to have, the toys that they had when they were little. And their parents may have sold at a yard sale how many years ago. So they buy back what they no longer have, including Littlest Pet Shops. This ranges. It could be anywhere between $10 to $20. It just depends. If I were to have the food dish, it probably would have been a little bit more. I had these growing up, so I knew immediately when I saw this, I knew what it was, and it brought back a good memory. I probably still have these somewhere. This lizard's name was Leela. So those 3 items should net me some good monies. But again, for me, it's about finding these things, the excitement of finding them, and then being able to pass them along to people who also are on the hunt for them that might not get out to the bins. Some other things that I bought. We have this vintage plastic Santa Rattle. He has seen some better days. His little fur's coming off, but what did this guy cost? A couple cents? Maybe he was the 8 cents. We have that. Naturally, I cannot pass these up. These are the left-in, and we have the little lambs, the chick. I did buy one of the bunnies. One bunny had a broken foot, so I left him there. But these weigh, again, practically nothing. I already have some of these in my collection, so I will most likely list these on Etsy. They will be in my queue of items to put on mine. But I love the look of them, the soft colors, great to use in your springtime and Easter decor. Put it in an Easter basket with some Easter grass, some eggs. Instant cute thing to look at and put on your shelf for Easter time. I got that. I found this little purse. It's nothing special, nothing crazy, but I like the colors, still a nice shape. Not necessarily, you couldn't hold glasses, just for money or something else. And then, because I could not resist, Ace of Base, the sign. I have the cassette tape. My car does not have a cassette tape player, unfortunately. This was a great album. Their second one wasn't bad either. I wish that they would, well, we can't have concerts anyway now, but I wish they would tour again. I would so go see Ace of Base in concert. I think that would be great. I can't remember them touring when they were popular. What year is this? 1992, 1993. Maybe they never came around to my area, but I thought they were great. Their second album was good too. So Ace of Base, is somehow, if you see this, please go on tour in America, because I will come out and see you. Great album. So that was a really fun day for me at the bins. I would like to go to the bins more often. This location is probably almost an hour away, maybe 45 minutes away. Not awful, but you definitely want to make the trip worth it since you are driving that far. You don't want to go in there, stay for 10 minutes, and then leave. They rotate their bins on a rotation schedule, so this way you'll know when you can go and see what fresh new items you find. And there are enough bins that for the amount of people that they let in, there pretty much could be one bin per person, and you're able to have a bin to yourself. Some people go there just for clothes. Some people go there to find records, shoes, jackets, anything and everything. And you never know what you're going to find. It was really fun finding this. Always great to find vintage items out in the wild. My favorite way of sourcing, though, I would say, would probably be flea markets and estate sales / auctions. Thrift stores, not too bad. The bins rank a little bit higher on the thrift store echelon, I think, for me, because it is more of a treasure hunt. And that's probably why I like it. If you've never been to the bins, maybe one day you'll venture out and see for yourself what it's like. Bring a bag and bring gloves because you will need them. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully I'll get out to the bins a little more often, maybe once a week, except when flea market season rolls around. We'll have to see. You never know what you're going to find, and that is why it is so fun to get out there and see what treasures await and see what you can bring home and save and sell. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. If you were out looking for your treasure, whether it's a vintage cookbook, that knickknack that you wanted, Easter decor, or maybe even an old book, I hope you find it. Have a great day. I'll see you all next time.